It's Thames time! Yay!
Woo! Yeah, Bailey's getting on the action down there. You just can't see her. She's there, though.
Yeah, we're on the Thames! No more K&A for us!
Yeah.
Next stop, Gavesham. Oh, here we go. First one. So we can see I've got power. Those sluices are already closed, so I need to open them to let this water out. Now let the sluices come. So the light flashes, so let's know it's in operation. All electromechanical hydraulics sort of wizardry. Then get a bit of light balance on it for you. There you go. They used to operate, and they still can, by these old-fashioned windy handles. So should there be an electrical failure, you can still operate the gate. And these new bits added on top. And they never used to let boaters operate them. You had to wait to be let through, or you'd have to use the manual one. These days they trust us to push buttons. Once that's done, I'll press the open gates button and we'll go in. Hydroelectric dam working over there. I believe it's a principle designed by Da Vinci. There you go. Old fashioned tech in a modern setting. There you go. The gates are open. Pete and Helen. Just going. Helen's going first. That bit there is portage for canoeists. They can get out, but they have to go through the lock. So sometimes you do see them going through the locks on the Thames. You shouldn't do it on the canals, they're too dangerous. I don't know why the Thames are different, but it is apparently. And close the gates. You do have to hold that one in. If I let that go, the gates will stop. So kind of a dead man switch, if you will. You need to put your lines on in there. They didn't light up, but they're going down. I'll show you. There you go, down they go. And repeat the procedure at the other end for the opposite effect. And once again, gates are open. Up through there. Helen's going to pick me up on the left-hand side there. There's another portage point now. Good chip tamarisk. Well, the earlier sunshine has been replaced by grey clouds. Still a bit of sun behind us, but nothing ahead. I remain hopeful. And of course this is. Sky donkeys. Serious money along these bits. Look at the little houses, still couldn't afford one of them. So that was a vintage car in that one, I could just see the headlights. Nice little place. Going up to an island, and there's a nice little sign, it says channel. So let's follow the channel. You can go the other way around. This Pete did last year on the way down. missed the sign that said channel on the other side. Happens. Ooh, some for sale over there. Wonder how many millions that costs. Look at the width of that. All that river to play with. You can do donuts in this. Donuts. I mean, next lock is Whitchurch. Just gone through Maple Durham. Sorry, I didn't get anything from there, but there wasn't a lot to see. Yeah, Whitchurch is the next one. First boat we've seen all morning. Going the opposite direction. Beautiful. Give them the obligatory wave, as is customary on here. This is Goring Lock. If we zoom in, there we go. Goring on Thames, South of England Village of the Year. Former home to George Michael. Current home to John the Gardener. You won't know who he is. But he used to come on holiday down to the Three Magpies every now and then. Lovely chap. Somebody just coming down through the lock now. Helen's up there operating it. We'll be through in a minute. There we go, that's Cleve Lock behind us. Just that Pete's just coming out now. Just got his licence. So yeah, he's all set, he's all paid. So we are bang on time to get to Wallingford, which was my aim for today. So hopefully we find decent moor in there. Any kind of moor in there would be nice. Yeah. Should do. Should hit it in the sweet spot, which is between meal times, basically. So you either want to hit it halfway between breakfast and lunch, or halfway between lunch and dinner. Goes for most places, I've found. See, anything can happen. I remember coming down this part last year. It's been a hell of a long day. Obviously, we were going the other way. Couldn't get moored up in Wallingford and ended up down at Cleve Lock, where we took refuge on their visitor mooring down there for £12.50 a night. Lovely place to stop. If you ever need to stop there, I highly recommend it. Nice big open park if you've got a dog to run, or you just want to go for a walk after a day's cruising. The wind's got up a bit this afternoon. It's been a bit blowy all day, but it's picked up a bit. Just died down just now, so the waves have calmed down a bit. Got a bit choppy down that last bit. I think we've got about another hour of cruising to go, there or thereabouts. Coming into a rowing club. These guys are all going to be practicing for the Henley Royal Regatta, which is coming up in July. On the bus the other day and I saw them setting up for it, so it's all underway. I hope they do well and they win whatever trophy they want to win. So just beyond this line of trees and moored boats, a place with a rather amusing name, Mungewell or Monswell, or maybe as the locals might call it, Mungerwell or something. Would he help us out here, mate? You seem to be the font of all knowledge on these things. Department of Corrections. Ah, gorgeous, isn't it? Look at that. And the road bridge up there. It's the Nosworthy Way. And we are competing with rowists again. And that up ahead is Wallingford. In fact, there's a little sign over there that even alludes to that fact. Welcome to Wallingford. That'll do us for the night. Hopefully, we go on a decent mooring the other side of Town Bridge, which is just the other side of these trees. Fingers crossed. Well, we've made it. We are in Wallingford. So it's Wallingford Town Bridge behind me. Not right behind me, obviously that's a boat. It's yeah. Nice cruise. 8 hours. So we are about an hour under the forecast. It said 9 hours. So we are all good. Just got moored up, done the bits below the deck. Engine's hot. Just go get her hot and cool everything down. And then tomorrow on to Abingdon. Don't know how long that's going to take us to do the maths on that, on Canal Plan AC. For those of you that know or have used it, fantastic website, bit clunky, bit basic, but works like the old AA route planner, if you're old enough to remember that. So yeah, that's tomorrow. As for tonight, there's a chippy in town. I fancy chippy tea because it's Friday. It's Good Friday. So yeah, fish. Sounds like a good idea to me. But I think I might have a bijou snoozette. For now, I'll see you later. Good morning. And not a bad morning. It's a bit grey and overcast, but the sun's threatening to break through. I don't know whether it will or not. Not checked the forecast. I don't think I'll bother today. It's not going to change anything. Wet weather program's the same as the dry, only in wet weather gear. So, as you can see, we're still here in Wallingford, setting off for Abingdon today. And yeah, I like Abingdon. Nice place. Going to stop there a night or two. Not decided yet. We'll decide when we get there what's going on and what we're doing, how soon we want to get to Oxford. So anyway, yeah, I've done all the below deck checks and everything. Helen's just having breakfast. Pete's nearly ready. So almost time to untie and set off for the day. I'll try and get more pictures than I did yesterday. Don't know why I didn't. No excuses. It is what it is. Anyway, so yeah, other than that, see you later. It's not far from Wallingford to the first lock, which is Benson Lock. These marker buoys, green ones, on our right hand side. Going upstream, you keep the green ones to your right, and the red ones to the left. Which follows the old port and starboard thing, so that makes life easy going this way. Don't got to think about it. He's getting on the landing, we'll pull in behind him. Go do the lock. Might be a lockkeeper on duty. Who knows? Let's find out. Done plenty of videos going into canal locks. Here's one for a Thames lock. Big old metal gates, big old sides, loads of room. Probably I get everything because I've got to slow down and tie on. You get the drift. My lockkeeper's just come on duty, but Helen's got the centre line now. He's just going in, going to get hidden tied up. Go under my rope. There's my rear line on there, so you've got 2 lines on, and you cut your engine. Yeah, she's just closed that. And now we wait. The water's coming in. We're on the way up. There we go. Out of the lock. And all these along here are hire boats. A company called Le Boat. It's French for something, I'm not entirely sure what. But yeah, Le Boat, French company, I believe. Anyway, You can get their boats out in France on the Canal de Midi if you fancy the French type boating holiday, but they're the ones they have in the Thames. Oh, how the other half live, eh? Your own landing stage there, walled garden. Oh, look, it's another narrowboater. Hooray for the narrowboaters! Lovely place, though, isn't it? Be a nice place to have a little holiday home, wouldn't it, eh? Static. Out on the banks. Weekend getaways. Well, if you don't fancy being right down by the water where you could flood out, they've got some up on the hill. There. Nice either way. As I was saying a little while ago, the red buoys on the left-hand side there. So they're signifying there is something there I need to be avoided. Well, Helen needs to be avoided. What's the point? Because she's driving. Got the money for something up now. To be fair, Helen and I are both in agreement that even if we had the money for something like that, we'd live in the boathouses. Because they look far more arsey. We go. That's what I mean. A little boat underneath that. Living space upstairs. That'd be ideal. Deceptive. Looks like you go that way, but you don't. There's a sign up in the distance there. Lock to the right. Round the bend. There's a small landing stage on the left, that's for the bins. You go under a bridge, which will hove into view in a minute. It's my new word, hove. You've probably heard me use it a couple of times during the videos. It is hoping, it's just very slow. Here we go. So there's bins and boaters facilities up there. Those steps. It's the only way to access them. There is no access from the landing. Trust me, I looked a couple of years ago. There's the footbridge. We're in the distance. So we're going to go under the bridge and the lock will be right in front of us. Hopefully there's not too much of a stream pushing us across, otherwise that makes life a little difficult, but not too bad. Back on the tiller again. Where are we? We've come through Days Lock. Coming up for what's the next one? Clifton Hamden? Something like that. Nice place, Clifton Hamden. Used to drive through it on a regular basis. My way to work. I say work. Attendance. Way to attendance. Back when I used to fix gliders for a living. Seems like a lifetime ago now. Yeah. It's good fun. Rather carefree existence. That seems to be the story of my life anyway. As you can see, I'm feeling contemplative. And enough of that. Wow, beautiful. Getting into the Oxfordshire countryside now. So far-reaching views. Turn the over that way at one point was the power station. It was a coal-fired power station. So, no more. Came down a few years ago, all the cooling towers. A couple of the old towers still exist, but nothing extreme. I don't know what they're doing with the site these days, whether there's still power generation of some kind going on there, but certainly not coal-fired. When I was a cadet, air cadet, I was used to go flying from Benson, RAF Benson. Needed air experience flight there, and yeah, you used to see the yellow clouds coming up, fly through all the pollution from did come. Seems a world away now. Anyway, that's a Clifton Hamden. This bit's a bit twisty-turny round here, with the river. The further you get upstream, the more twisty-turny the Thames becomes. And narrow. You see how much narrower it is here than it was when we were down near Reading. Amazing how fast it really opens up. Still, much broader than a canal. One of my favourite bridges. Clifton Hamden Road Bridge. I'm sure it's probably got a proper name. Easy for me to say. But that's what I'm calling it. I probably should have come in wider than I'm going, but it's what it is. Hopefully no one's coming the other way. They'll come through there a damn sight faster than I will. So I'm headed for the tallest arch in the middle. Over there is the hamlet, Clifton Hamden. Lovely little place. Proper English sort of countryside. Villagey place. Very rural. Just look at that brickwork. Amazing, isn't it? There's a lock not too far away. I can just see Pete up in the distance. And some paddle boarders we've got to try and avoid. And our oncoming boat. Getting busy here. Look, that place is for sale. Anybody got some money? I think one of the biggest differences between turning left and turning right out of Reading, the K&A, you go right, you always hit town after town after town. It just gets more and more. There's lots and lots of different things to see, all the big houses. You get all the floating gin palaces down there. Very posh ladies drinking very expensive wine. You turn left. So you got Reading and Caversham and all that lot. Goring or Wallingford. Bearing in mind that took 8 hours, 6 of which was on the Thames. And then it's just lots and lots and lots of countryside, which is lovely, don't get me wrong. It can get a bit samey. Like I said before, I like all the rural stuff and what have you. This bit has lots and lots of trees, so you can't even see out. Just follow it. Still, Cullen's round the corner. A lock. Then we're into Abingdon. And tomorrow it's just Oxford. Good times. There we go, just come through Cullum Lock. The car. So that leads down to a little set of moorings down that way. We almost followed a boat down there a couple of years ago until we saw the sign that said, "No, go left." We did. And that bit over there, where those boats are, that will be, he said, where the Wilkes and Berks Canal comes out. It's a new cut, because they can't bring it out where it did here in the middle of Abingdon. Because they built all sorts of town on it. So it's just easier to come out there. At the minute, just a little private little marina. A tiny little cutting. Anyway, we're going up this way. Let's see, the river's broadened out again. So lots of space. Up through Abingdon, find a nice little mooring somewhere up in town. And that'll do us for the evening. That's the original entry to the Wilkes and Berks Canal, which, as you can see, they built that bridge over, and there's no way I'd get my boat under there. I'll have to go take a look at it later on. Oh, there we go, Abingdon. What was that? 9 o'clock set off. It's 1:30 now, so we are well ahead of schedule today. The website suggested that was just under 6 hours. I think we've made it in 4.5, 5.5. So that's not bad. Anyway, peaked up there somewhere in front of a cruiser. We are just here. There is Abingdon behind us. The old entrance to the Wilkes and Berks is back there somewhere. And we're going to take dog for a walk and go for a little wander. I'll see you later. Well, good morning. As you can see, got blue skies. Church bells have just stopped pealing. Geese have been squawking since 5:30. So yeah, early start. Happy Easter. So for those of you that are religious and do celebrate Easter in a traditional way, I hope you're going to have a fantastic day. For those of you that celebrate the Easter Bunny, I hope it's brought you lots of chocolate. I wouldn't normally recommend chocolate as breakfast, but well, if needs must, go for it. Anyway, we are off. Squawky bugger. We are off through Abingdon and up through the first lot and on to Jericho. Hopefully be there by early afternoon. I'll see you later. There's Abingdon Bridge right behind us there. Just come through. Pete needs water this morning, so he's going to stop. But then we're going to go on our own and go find a mooring in Jericho. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun day. Really enjoying it. It's the Nag's Head on the bridge. Lovely garden there. Not the cheapest of pubs, but no pubs are cheap anymore, unfortunately. I just don't believe they are. People keep telling me up north they're cheap, so we'll see when we get there. That probably won't be this year, so they might be cheap when we get there. I lived in Cornwall long enough to know the weather was better last week. That's something I apply to everywhere these days. It was better before you got here. Always the way, innit? Anyway, let me turn the camera around. Show you where we're going rather than where we've been. Looks like we're on for a good day weather-wise. I checked the forecast. It is cold at the minute, that wind is chill. I'm hoping in a couple of hours, once the sun really gets up, everything will be gravy. It will be nice and warm. Hoping for a good spot in Jericho so I can pop a stall out a couple of days this week. See how busy the towpath is. Probably only pop a few things out. I don't need to put the whole stock out. But if it's out, it can sell, can't it? Okay. First lock's just up round the corner. Everything's just round the corner. Good times ahead. Rather serene little morning. Seen another boat on the move. He was going the other way this morning, so yeah. Thames has been very quiet. I expected it to be much busier than this for the Easter bank holiday. Chatting to a lockkeeper yesterday, one of the last locks we came through, and he's been lockkeeping for 60 years, and he said he remembered seeing so many boats, you know, just on a weekend back in the 80s when he was doing it, and now he doesn't think he sees that many boats all year. Makes you wonder, where is everybody? If boat ownership is up, where are they all? And certainly for canals are busier than they've ever been. In terms of boats with licenses, you know, over 35,000 licensed craft. Still enjoying it. Well, this first stretch today is quite a long one. Been going for just over an hour now. How long is it? Hour and a half. There we go. Don't know how much further I've got to go to the lock, but it is quite far. I had a look at the map a little while ago, and the team have miscalculated how many locks there were today. I thought there were only 3 locks on the Thames and 1 to get onto the Oxford. There's 4 locks on the Thames and 1 to get onto the Oxford. I will not name the one onto the Oxford because I will run foul of the algorithms. So I usually refer to it in past tense. So it's the was lock. Thames was once under a different name, and again I can't use it. The river was. Daft, isn't it? Can't actually call it what it's actually called because somebody might get upset. Sun's shining, blue sky, wind's chill, but I'm sure that will change. So there we go, there's the first lock. Can't remember what it's called. Rather pretty location. That's taken nearly 2 hours to get it. It's a long time in that cold breeze. Still, the rest of the locks are fairly close together, so Helen's just up there now, finding Pete, seeing what he's up to. Who knows? Oh, slight crimper in proceedings. The lock seems to be not wanting to play, so we're having a go. Before we call the number, the engineers. So it could be here a bit longer than expected.
That's life. I remember this one last year. It took a while to operate, so bit of patience, go slow, everything will be fine. There we go, got through Sanford Lock eventually. There you go, did learn it. Sanford. It's on a big sign right beside the lock, but next. Mouth does not want to cooperate this morning. Anyway, Iffley Lock is next, I can say that. Oh. Bailey just knocking me out of gear. How cute is that? Yeah, onto Iffley Lock, then Osney Lock, and then past Thames Boswell's Lock. There it is, Iffley Lock. Rather beautiful. Proper old building. And gorgeous. Anyway, gates are open, I best go in. As luck would have it, another boat's just got onto the landing on the other side. They don't actually call them landings on the Thames, they're called lay-bys. For want of a better term, it's a landing. You land your boat there to go use the lock. Lots of people out running today. Nothing better to do on Easter Sunday. Should be at home eating chocolate. As is the tradition. So this is Folly Island. You can go round that way, but it's quite narrow, and if you meet someone coming the other way, there's not a lot of room for you to go. So we're going to go through here. It's a blind turn. But, you get a lot more time to react. Past the end of these day tripping boats. So a sharp turn to the left. And through the central arch. The Oxford Tube Bus. As you can see, it gets you from Oxford to London and back again. And you see Pete disappearing off around the corner. We'll be at Osney Lock in no time. Reached Osney Lock before 12 o'clock. Time now is, he says, 11:45, so we are bang on schedule. It's supposed to be 4 3/4 hours, and we're here at 4 hours, so in fact we're slightly ahead of schedule. Always nice. Helen's just got to push the buttons and we'll go through. Well, this place has certainly come on. People living in there at extortionate rates before you know it. Anyway, they've suspended mooring on this bit for whatever reason. And this is Osney Bridge coming up. The first time we came under it, just under 2 years ago. River conditions were amber or yellow, so it was a very fast trip. And it's a low bridge, so yeah, if something was too high, you got a lot of time to react. Water levels are a little high today, but not too bad. Should be okay. Yeah, Bernard's going to make it under. Go on, Bernard. Peach chimney might be a bit close. There we go, taking pigeons with us. New pipe bridge. That wasn't there last year. Looks temporary. Windlass at the ready. Next lock, we're going to need to use that. Well, that was a bit of fun. Got around onto the sheep wash, so I couldn't record that because it was a bit hairy. And a little bit of moral support for the driver. There was an oncoming boat, so we had to move on over because this bit's way too narrow to get two boats past each other, and he's in the stream, so makes more sense to give him right away. And I saw the panic in his face as Pete saw the panic in his face as Pete came round the corner behind us. So here's what it is. Everybody's avoided each other, and we're here. We're nearly at the landing. We're going up. Everything's going to be good. There it is, was lock. There we go. Boat behind us there, that's Chiltern Road. Sister boat to Honeysuckle, our previous home. Paint scheme's the same. There you go. Anyway, so in she comes. I mean, look, windlass. There we go. Got that. And this is the spot where last year, year before, I got obsessed by this thing. Flashing ambers. The last bit of the CRT network is on ambers. Everywhere else is green or no street warning. This is amber. We did all right. And herein starts a journey on the Oxford. I will go through our cruising plans for this year at some point and let you know where we're going to be, where we're going. Because my ideas have changed ever so slightly from when we started off. For now, I'm going to go find us some mooring. And that'll do for a mooring, won't it? Bit surprised, over the winter, they put rings in and shored up a lot of this bank. Filled in all the holes. Really nice. The old Jericho Wharf. Still trying to get that regenerated. I think that'll do us for a while. A couple of days before we move on to Thrupp. There you go. All done. So, therein ends this video. And starts the next one next week, where we'll be travelling north on the Oxford for the first time. Done it south. Be good fun. Might bump into a few friends on the way. We'll see. So, I'll see you later. I'll see you later.